Hello, my Alabama friends and family. I wanted to give you a little video that will help some of us on how to complete the activities in Seesaw because I know it's a lot of instructions and it can seem a little confusing. It was for me the first couple of times that I tried to use it, so I wanted to share what I've learned with everybody. One of the activities that you will see a lot, because in our reading skills we practice spelling and creating words often, is our magnetic letters activity. And that activity wants us to click in different places to spell different words. I will be sending in Class Dojo and when we change over to Google Classroom a list pretty regularly to our parents to ask you to read that list to the students. And that list goes in a certain order, so it's important that we read that list from top to bottom. And the order is to train them to be able to hear small changes in words so they know how to pick up on, recognize those changes, and then correctly spell those words. So you'll see things going from like chip to chap to chop to chops. And it's specifically designed to help them with learning how to pick up just one or two sounds that may have changed and then correctly spelling those new words. To do that, they can write it. They can write it on paper, which is more challenging, or they can use the seesaw. And if they're ready for that challenge, please feel free to let them just spell each of those words out. Um, if they want to have a more interactive game-like setting, then they can use the magnetic letters on Seesaw, and I'm going to show you how to use it. So first you go into the add response, and once the add response is opened up, you'll see all these letters there and all these little options over on the side. So the first thing that would happen would be a parent or an older brother or sister or another family member would read the first word to the student, and that kipster would then find the sounds. The first thing they should be expected to do is to sound that word out. So if it's chop, then they would break it apart and go ch, ah, p. So now they should be able to know what those sounds are and begin finding them. So they would touch the first letter for the first sound we're going to build, which is ch. Then you would find the next sound, ah, and then I would challenge them to read that to me. So they would just go over to the microphone and go, chop. Then they could stop it. Then you would read to them the next word. The next word could be chip. So what they would do is they'd break it apart again, ch, eh. So now, yes, they have found the sound that no longer belongs there. They could either drag that sound away or they could click on the dots and just delete the sound. Ch, eh, p. So we're going to put chip there. Now we spell chip. Challenge them to read that word back to you or back to me in the microphone. Chip. Then they could stop it. And then we would change it to another word, chap. And I think you're getting the hang of it. They would go ch, ah. Have them try to find just that one sound that needs to change, not to start all the way over again, just finding the one sound that needs to be changed. So that's how we would complete that activity. Another activity that you'll see often is one that has, let's see, sorts in it. And where they would have multiple things to do. Like here's the directions for this one is you click the response, you use the microphone to say the sound, use the T to type the sound, and you would use the pencil to write the sound. So we're going to click add response. And the first thing we'll do is make the digraph with a T. So you're going to hit T for type. There's a box that'll show up. You can move that box around if you like. But I just typed the sh sound there because that's the sound we're practicing today. Then you're going to write it 2 times. So down here are your writing options. Here's a pencil, there's markers, there's an eraser too. So I could click the pencil and then I would write that sound. It also wants you to record yourself saying the sound. So you would once again hit the microphone and record. Shh, shh, and turn the microphone off when you're done. Over here are a bunch of pictures, and Kipsters are challenged with this one with finding the pictures that begin with that sound. So they should say each picture out loud and circle it if it begins with that sound. So let's see. Chair does not begin with the sh sound. Chick does not begin with the sh sound. So we would not circle either one of them. Shirt. Shirt does begin with the sh sound, so we would circle it. And so your Kipster would go through each of those pictures and circle the ones that begin with the sh sound. If they make any mistakes, they can use the eraser and then erase that mistake. So this was just a brief tutorial of some of the activities you'll see. If you find one that stumps you or just is not working right, just shoot me a quick message and let me know, and I will take a look at it and either fix it or show everyone how to use it, because the first couple of times using Seesaw, it can be a little challenging. It was for me, so I understand if anybody gets stuck on any of the activities. I miss you all. I love hearing your voices as you're recording, reading to me. Keep up the great work.